So I had a range date with my dad.
Oh, yeah?
Out at one of the ranges.
Because he had surgery or something recently, didn't he?
So he had, Dad's got some ongoing health issues and everything like that, but he's taking care of himself. Good. And Mom's taking care of him too, making sure he stays on his schedule and everything. So it seems to be okay. Everything's working out. So I just told him, he's like, well, why do you have that random weekday off? Because I get a floating weekday off. So I got the day off. Let's go to the range. So we hit up Parma Woods.
Where's that at?
So that is up north by Parkville, and that is one of the ranges that is run by the Missouri Department of Conservation.
Interesting.
It's a beautiful facility.
I didn't know that was up there. I love Parkville too.
Oh my gosh. It's kind of tucked
town.
away and hidden. You take a nice little scenic drive to get there. And then you've got the beautiful conservation range. You've got really awesome staff there, very helpful, and some cool people too. So we were there on the firing line. My dad took his new Kimber 1911 Night Star and 45 ACP. Nice. I hope I said that right. That's just a full-size 1911 black finish on it and everything. And so he's still working on the break-in period through that one. I think we only did maybe 125 rounds through that. I shot the BFR.
Nice.
In 30-30. Oh my gosh. It was just bliss and joy. I think we only put like 23 to 27 rounds through that.
Was that yours or his?
That is my dad's. Both of those two firearms are dad's guns. So at some point they will pass down in the family and they will become me and my brother's.
Nice.
And so we'll probably do the same thing we do now. The person that shoots them the best gets to keep possession of them and the other one gets free visits whenever they want. So
nice, okay.
So my brother's going to wind up with a lot of guns. He can outshoot me in a lot of stuff. So I get
so is that how you decide who gets them? Is you got to outshoot?
I guess, hey, because
like lay a gun on the table, whoever can outshoot the other gets it?
So I did learn.
I feel like you'll get more guns than you think you might.
No. Other people have a way of surprising you. But I did learn while working at the range that you can rent out a firearm to 10 different people. And one person with that one serial number can't miss the same ragged hole in the paper, and then about one or two of those people will not hit the broadside of the barn. Everybody else will fall somewhere in the middle. Great. But you never know until you get your hands on it and what ammunition it runs and everything. And switching back and forth between firearms, definitely they're each unique and different. Not to say that anything's worse or better than the other, but in addition to Dad's guns that we took out, we also took out 2 of my guns. And I got a little ambitious. I took 1,000 rounds of 9mm to the range.
Okay.
And Dad's
ambitious.
Dad's like, what is going on? You're taking all that? I'm like, yeah, we're going to put a dent in this. So we did. In addition to the 45 ACP that we ran, about 125 rounds, the 30-30 that we ran, then we ran 500 rounds of 9mm. Through the Dan Wesson DWX.
Nice. What'd you think? It's pretty accurate, isn't it?
That gun was so much fun. It was outrageous. And my favorite part was loading the mags and sitting there behind my dad, and he'd unload a mag and go, all right, your turn. I go, oh no, here's another full mag. Keep going. Keep on going. And he's like, just drilling the targets. I was so proud of him. He did fantastic with his own guns, like absolutely amazing. His targets, I was impressed, and I'm very proud of him. And then he got his hands on my guns, and he did better with my guns than he did with his own guns. So
that Dan WX or Dan Wesson DWX, I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's got that CZ grip combined with it's just so darn accurate.
It was so
great
comfortable.
Trigger. I mean, it's so just shoots really nice.
I
nice.
Definitely have an affinity for the straight pull single action triggers. So the 1911 trigger, that Dan Wesson DWX trigger, still that same single action, and it is so nice. So we had a lot of fun with the guns, had a lot of cleaning to do afterwards.
Sure.
I mean, surprisingly, my 9mm were not that dirty. For 500 rounds through between two of them,
Nice ammo. Yeah.
It was, yeah. So right now, 9mm ammo is still pretty inexpensive. In fact, there are discounts to the dealers from the distribution companies, and they've been running through surplus 9mm ammo right now. So you've got an oversupply of it. Yes. So the prices are inexpensive enough that if you wanted to go out and have a really awesome time at the range, take a 9mm, take your favorite family members, call up your friends, take them, and just go. Have a blast.
That's fine, because I actually just, two comments. One, I love the Missouri conservation ranges.
Yes!
It's really the only public range that I'm like, okay, I feel safe here. Because the way they run those, they run a tight ship.
Yes, they do.
And they do a really good job. Like, if anybody's fooling around, they're booted within about 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is one thing I will tell you. Nobody on the day that I went was misbehaving or acting out or anything like that or had any issues. But yes, you do have range officers on site. And if you are randomly walking around the range and turn around with a handgun to talk to someone behind you, they will really, comes over the loudspeaker, you're shamed in front of the entire firing line.
Place. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody walking in can hear you. Everybody leaving can hear you. So it's kind of, my dad's been with some friends of his that's happened to, and he's like, goes, this was so great. I didn't get yelled at this time.
I know, it's kind of intimidating, actually.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
They will yell at you big time.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
But I get it.
I'm glad they do.
I totally understand, and I'm happy that they do too. Yeah. It is just that nice reminder, hey, watch your muzzle. We have these rules for a reason. Please follow them, or please take your business elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's so cool.
So I got to go to the range this week too.
What did you take?
So I didn't have. So I had a Taurus, the GX4.
Ooh.
Which was fine. I just was doing a review of it. It was a great one. And
you've owned multiple Tauruses now in that small polymer frame, semi-auto, double stack magazine, and a 9mm. I think they have the Taurus G2, G2C.
G3C.
Yes, and now the G4.
It was called something else originally. It was called like the G...
It was called the PT111 G2 Millennium Pro.
That's right. That's right. Because I think I did have a PT111
so,
originally.
Yeah. So it has been through multiple iterations, and probably more before that, but that was before my time in the industry. So now that you're on review number 4 or 5 of their tiny little, do you remember enough about all of them to
absolutely.
compare?
So there was also the slim one. It was
called
like
the single stack G2S.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So I had that one too. I've had 2 of those. I've always liked them. I always appreciated their prices. And as a matter of fact, the GX4, when I do a review of it, I'm going to title it something like the best micro compact for the money, because it is. I thought it shot just as great as a SIG P365, just as great.
That's awesome.
Same size, same everything. Just one says SIG, one says Taurus. So I don't know. I mean, and it's half the price, almost half the price.
Yeah.
So
I
liked it.
There are options at every price point for every budget, and I'd say explore them all.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's surprising that a more inexpensive version will kind of outdo the higher priced competition. Canic.
I still have yet to get a Canic yet. Maybe that'll be my next one.
Danger zone. You're going to be smitten.
Am I? Okay.
Yes. They're pretty nice. They don't suck.
They don't suck.
No.
The other one I got to shoot I was very excited about. I found it at a gun store in the Ozarks, but it was the SIG P250, the double action only one.
Yes.
That's like the precursor to the 320.
Uh-huh.
I love that gun. It's got the best double action trigger I've ever fired in my life. It's got, and this one I got in 40 Smith & Wesson, so it's really kind of just a handgun to carry in the woods, you know, is what it is. But I love that thing. I just love it. It was fun to shoot again. But the best gun I shot, because I brought down a CZ 452 Ultralux in 22 LR. Love that thing. Love that. It was fun. And then I went squirrel hunting. I just walked around the woods for hours throughout the day, morning, afternoon, night, just looking for squirrels. Didn't get anything, but it was still fun.
Really? Did you get any ticks while you were out there?
I did. I got lots of ticks. They are really bad this year. They're so bad. I feel like I'm one with the ticks after growing up in Missouri. Like I swear, I can walk through the woods, because I've gotten seed ticks like 5 or 6 times, and every time I get them, at some point I think to myself, should I go to the emergency room? You know, because they're just all over you, little micro things. But I can walk through the woods and I'll be like, all right, they're here. Like, I know they're there.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but then they like me.
They like everybody, very much so.
Man, they sure do. It was brutal.
The first year I've ever found them in my yard, crawling on me.
Yes, they're in my yard. Okay, so Benjamin goes with me everywhere, but the other 2 dogs don't ever leave the yard, and they have ticks. They have more ticks than Benjamin has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Well, my yard also has a lot of squirrels. It has deer, has raccoons, it has possums, it has everything else.
Yeah.
So, I need some neighborhood chickens running around to clear up all
What are
these
those
ticks.
little duck/chicken looking things that people get that eat ticks?
The little guineas?
Guineas, yeah.
Yeah.
Should let go of those in the neighborhood.
They're not very bright, and they are food for larger predators.
That's all right. Just let them go. Not like 20 of them, just like, enjoy. Let them go. And when the neighbors ask, like, where'd these come from? Just like, I don't know.
The hawks brought them in.
The hawks brought them in. They didn't want to eat them. They just dropped them here.
They're starting their very own Tyson chicken farm in the neighborhood.
I thought about releasing guineas on my land. Like, just buy like 20 or 40 of them and just like, enjoy. Live here.
There's rules against letting those things go in city limits, I'm sure. So please,
Well, I know, I'm sure the neighborhood association frowns on them too, but you could always claim I have no idea where these things came from.
They just appeared.
They just showed up one day. I think Bob brought them.
I've never been
Down
the
the
Tractor
road.
Supply. Well, hey, I do have a customer named Bob who is building a chicken
Bob
coop.
too, who's wonderful.
Hey, the Bobs are great.
They're great.
For sure.
Well, hey, we got some mail. Do you want us to do
Open it up.
Viewer mail?
Viewer mail. Viewer mail.
All right, we got a nice note. Thank you for putting into word what I felt but didn't want to believe about the church. Nice. From Dan Stevie.
Dylan
Stevie.
Thanks,
Very
Dylan.
good. If you need a handyman, screenshot.
Ta-da!
This is always fun. Feels like a book.
I think you're probably correct.
Thank you.
Don't hurt yourself, pretty please.
Yeah, I was putting up ceiling tile and I cut off the tip of my thumb.
Oh my gosh, on purpose or on accident?
No, I was cutting. You know, like when you start to get tired, you don't think, you start to lose track of what you're doing. And this is from Lauren Hackett from Merced, California. It's a couple bucks. Nice. So fun that people mail stuff here.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's amazing.
Because people have asked me, and I apologize for that, by the way.
You also have a letter.
I do. Nice. Okay, let's do the letter first. This is great. The fall and rise of Jerusalem. That's cool. Very interesting. Life of Jesus Christ, Desire of Ages. Very cool. Thank you, Lauren Hackett. That's so sweet.
I am continually
So
impressed and grateful for the kindness of the viewers.
Right?
Your viewer,
incredible?
the viewer base is amazing. To all of you amazing, wonderful, outstanding people.
Yeah, that's cool. And I love, because people have written me and asked, emails saying, I want to send you something or a book or something. And I just don't want to give out my address,
Yeah,
for the
I know
obvious
that.
reasons. But that's my only mailing address. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that you accept these here, and that's very nice.
Don't mind at all. It's nice that everybody sends stuff here. I don't mind.
Oh, well, good. I do appreciate it. I'm
And
sorry for
you
that.
don't mind. Don't apologize. If people want to be nice, let them be nice.
Amen to that one.
So
That's good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, well, gosh, Maggie, this is fun. This is good stuff. I'm glad you got to go out and shoot. That Dan Wesson's nice. Isn't it? Yeah. I'm glad I got to go out and shoot. I think I would be a little bit jealous.
Yes.
That's so fun. Get out and shoot. Everybody get out and shoot more.
Yes, please do. While the price...
Ammo's cheap. Yeah.
Yes.
Because even like shooting that 40, gosh, I mean, even down in the Ozarks, the little store there, it's like, this is very affordable.
It's
very affordable.
Okay.
It's nice.
It's not going to be like 2010 pricing.
No,
it's not going to be like 2019 pricing. It's nowhere near as bad as 2020 and 2021 pricing. But it's no 1965 pricing on ammo either. So
that's fantastic.
Just keep that in mind.
All right. Well, gosh, Maggie, thank you so much for all this. This is good. Enjoy the range days. Do that more. Get out with your dad more. That's good stuff.
Heck yes. I'm going to intend on doing that for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we'll just keep talking.
Sounds good. Until then, we'll see everybody next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Internet.